You're kidding.
Someone's back here, and I don't know who they are.
Oh, man. Ah!
It's like right there. I don't know what it is.
Yes. No.
It is so cold out.
Are you serious? What am I supposed to do?
C7 Viper. Good morning. I am here on the first minute of the first ever time that I'm going to survive in an airsoft field with just an Amazon survival kit. I'm only going to use the stuff that is in the kit. And here we are heading out into the woods. Couple of things first. I'm not allowed to use anything from the airsoft field. I can only use the stuff in the kit, and I'm gonna be out here for 24 hours. If I cannot make it for some reason, there will be a punishment. I will be subject to the wrecked firing squad that you've seen before.
Fire! Oh.
Yeah, so we don't want that. Now, I gotta go find a good spot to make a camp, and I will check back with you guys after I've done that. Wish me luck. This is a good area, nice clearing. There's a little hill. I don't know if this is what I'm looking for. It's a bunch of grass. See way out there? Way out there is the town. And over there is the lab. So we're trying to make a little camp somewhere. Okay, and I think this is the spot I'm gonna set up a little camp. I've got plenty of trees laying around. I think I can make this work. I've got to set down my stuff, mostly camera equipment, and then we're gonna get started. Now, the items in this box are all that I can use while I'm out here. It's a 13-in-1 survival kit from Amazon, and we're gonna see if I can survive with these 13 items. But right now, I gotta crack it open and grab a few things to start building the shelter. Here it is, paracord bracelet, handsaw, pocket knife. I'm gonna put that in the pocket right now. Let's get into it. We got some stuff to build.
It's gonna be a long day. The knife works pretty good and it's sharp. We gotta take down this one because it's not held up by much and I don't want it to fall. Not on me at least. Oh man. If I had an axe or a saw, this would be a lot easier. Time to check out the handsaw. I'm curious to see how well this thing can actually work. It's not the greatest. And I don't think it's gonna last all these cuts. Okay, did it. Would I want to continue to do that through all of this? No. This little stump is gonna be all I use this for. So for the handsaw, I'm saying 2 out of 10. Would not use again. Now I gotta figure out how to build a shelter without a saw.
There we go. Time to use the knife.
Okay. So the knife cuts better than the saw does. I'm a big fan of the assisted open. It's got a nice belt clip. It's on there pretty solid. Has a glass breaker on the bottom and a seat belt cutter. Probably won't be able to use that out here, but it locks pretty well. Folds pretty good. I mean, what do you want from a pretty cheap pocket knife? It's actually very sturdy. I'd say 8 out of 10.
Pretty cool pocket knife. Might just hang on to that.
I might have to go back to the saw. I need to get this piece out right here. But this is bigger than the last one. I don't know if I'll have time or be able to have the energy at least. Ugh, I hate this saw. See, this is gonna be a core part of the structure, so I really need this piece. I gotta keep going. No matter how much I don't like the saw. I'm gonna hear that handsaw in my sleep.
I know I said 2 out of 10 on the handsaw, but it just successfully made it through another cut, so we're gonna do 4 out of 10. I don't want to use it again though. Okay, it's time to implement Step 3 of the construction process, paracord bracelet. We've got to untie this and we're going to use the paracord to support the shelter. It does come with a little fire rod, but it doesn't actually do anything. And since the kit comes with an actual fire starter, I think I'm just gonna ditch this one. It also has a compass, but I'm not lost. And a whistle. I will probably not need the whistle either, so I'm just gonna take this whole thing apart. We're gonna use the paracord out of the bracelet. I feel like I should first at least try it on and be like, hey, look at the paracord bracelet. But I'm not a big bracelet person. I don't wear jewelry or anything, so let's get rid of this. I'm gonna try and find the end first using my trusty pocket knife. Hopefully this isn't too difficult. I feel like I lost a lot of time just messing with that saw. Gotcha.
I didn't actually cut myself.
If I did though, we did bring an emergency first aid kit just in case, because you never know what could happen. And even though this survival thing was advertised as a first aid kit, there was no actual first aid items in it. Finally got it started. Now we just gotta unweave it. I guess in a survival situation, you'd have this kind of time. I'm in no rush though, because I have all day, but I'm just excited to finish this shelter. I think it's coming along pretty well. We just need to attach them so it doesn't fall in on me while I sleep. And this is what we're using, paracord, if we have enough of it. And I guess a cool thing is that this is still a compass, whistle, and fire starter, even without the paracord. I just don't think the fire starter actually works. Oh, there we go. All right. It just was tough to do with the paracord on it. Guys, we did not get a lot of paracord out of that. That might be just enough for the shelter though. Time to tie it up. Now it doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to hold for tonight. All right, we had just enough paracord to attach everything to the shelter, so I think we should be good, and now we can start building out the walls and the roof.
More sticks, need more sticks. There's like nothing out here. I only need a couple more sticks to finish it up. And I just saw this big thing barely hanging. So we're gonna try to get it down. That's a Widowmaker up there. Oh, she's gonna let loose. The Widowmaker's coming down. Didn't want that around. Now let's timber this big ugly mug.
Okay.
There's the good one. I just have to make it fall down. You know, I picked this area because I thought it had a lot of fallen trees and sticks and stuff. I guess it didn't have as many as I thought. I'm gonna have to walk. Who knew it would be this hard just to find sticks in a woods full of sticks? Look at all the building material I'm not allowed to use. I could use the logs if I wanted, but none of the tarps, none of the wood. It's not part of the experience. It is part of the airsoft field, however. And on this end should be sticks. There we go. I gotta get a bundle together and drag them all at once. Making trips isn't gonna work. Hope this is enough.
I'm back. Oh, got a little dirty, but we're good. I think we have enough.
You're kidding. Oh God, guys. I thought that one was good. All right. I mean, it can be pitched that way. Jeez, I threw it up there too hard. That was my fault. It's okay. Rather now than when I was in it. The roof is pretty much done. Time for the walls. And we got plenty of sticks for that. It is not even 10, not even 2 hours. Well, as it stands, it just looks like I made a stick prison. I definitely don't want to stay in a stick prison. Is a stick prison a prison for sticks or a prison made of sticks? The wind's picking up. That's not good either. Means I need to make something better. I'm sticking with what I got so far. Get it? Sticking. We got some of this bark. I'm gonna lay that on top to try to seal the top a little better. This fallen tree here was filled with bark. I'm just gonna seal it up a little more. Try to rip some of this bark off of here. Anything's better than nothing. Oh, this is good. Good stuff. We just gotta layer it really well. Look at that. Is that a hawk feather? Looks like a hawk or a turkey or something. A few more feathers down here. That's not good. I hope something didn't get eaten here. I don't need predators around.
And now I'm a little worried because there's a small pile of feathers around where I found this one, and I'm wondering if maybe there's some predators around. Now, there's nothing like bears or cougars or mountain lions or anything like that. There have been sightings over the years, but it's been a very long time. But there are coyotes, foxes, who knows what. So I really got to get this shelter buttoned up and tight. So far, it's just some sticks and bark on the roof, and that's not enough to keep me warm tonight where it's gonna be 40 degrees. So we gotta go find something to insulate the walls with.
Okay, we gotta find something. There has to be something around here that'll work. There's a lot of grass. I might come and cut some of this. But hey, we're going on a tour of the airsoft field. This was the fort. Some of it blew down. See, some birch. It's peeling. I don't think this would do me. That might be good to start a fire with. It's very papery. So we're gonna take some of this back, hopefully get our fire going in a little bit, and warm up. We got something to start a fire with. And I say we pick some of this tall grass. Try to insulate with that. Yeah, this stuff comes up really easily. Let's take some back and see how it works. All right, what do we got? A few dozen trips and that might do it. We also need more bark. I'll be walking around this woods like a dog, just looking for my bark. Arf, arf.
Trip number one. That's the third trip. Let's see if that's enough. The outside of the shelter is done, but now I'm gonna go way back in there to the reeds, try to gather some up and use them for the floor in the shelter so I'm not laying on cold dirt. I'm gonna go out that way. Be right back. Oh, hey, the shelter's done. Come check it out. It is pretty spacious in here. And I got a bed of reeds, which is actually pretty darn comfortable. And all around it, I've got the grass tucked in so that it'll stop the wind. It doesn't need to be completely airtight, just needs to stop the wind from cutting through while it's really cold tonight. And then on the roof, you'll see, is layered with the bark from the fallen trees. And that's gonna stop any dew from coming in because it's not supposed to rain. So hopefully we're gonna stay nice and dry inside this tonight when it's cold. And it only took about 4.5 hours from the moment we walked on to the airsoft field until right now. I've got a few more things to do, then we're gonna start checking out some of the other items in the Amazon survival kit. So I'm gonna start a fire pit right here. I've already cleared out the debris. I gotta go grab some rocks. I'm gonna make a little circle, and I'm hoping that the fire stick from the Amazon kit actually works, because if not, we're having a cold dinner tonight. And more about the menu later.
Time to go look for some rocks. There is a creek right over here. Ooh, we're sinking in the mud. Hopefully there are some rocks along the bank. I followed the creek down here. We've got some rocks. I'm gonna grab a few, take them back. Some old bricks here. Let's take these back and start our fire pit.
Okay, this kit came with a fire starter, so we're gonna test that out. Let's see if we can start a fire, because if not, it's gonna be a long night.
We got our birch that we found earlier. We'll put that right on top. It's very dry.
popped apart, but it goes right back in, so that's okay. Let's try again. Oh, everything's just too wet. At this point, I don't think it's the fire starter. I think it's everything's wet. We just had that whole Hurricane Ian thing come through and we got a lot of rain. This might be a bad time to try this.
Almost had it again.
We're getting it. I gotta find more flammable stuff. Let's try some of this.
I had it.
Don't give up. There's just nothing dry out here.
Yes. No. I got eager. Yes. Tell me this is it. Don't go out. I'm getting a lot of smoke on this side.
I think we did it. Dang it.
The main camera has died. Oh well, we got fire. I've got GoPros. We're gonna keep going. I gotta tend to this fire for a little bit, and then I'm gonna move on to the next thing in the Amazon survival kit. As for the fire starting rod, I'm gonna have to give that a 5 out of 10. It kept coming out of the holder. It's a one-time use thing. I'm lucky I got this going. And as for the pocket knife, we're gonna have to downgrade that because it broke. It wobbles now. The little thing that locks it in place was just a nub and it popped off while I was trying to start the fire. Still a cool pocket knife, but it's also probably a one-time use. You're gonna need a front door. I'm gonna use some grass and some sticks. And out of the kit, there should be some string. Yeah, okay, so this is some string that I took off of the fire rod. We also have a little bit of string on this wallet tool. I'm gonna try and tie some sticks together with some grass in between them. This is probably all I'm going to be able to do with the credit card survival tool, the wallet survival item. I mean, it does have a sharp bit down here, serrated edge. It looks like a kind of a can opener, a bottle opener. I'm not going to be using any of those to survive in the woods. So 5 out of 10. Ain't pretty, but it's a door. Time to put the fire back together. So I don't know what to do with the carabiner that has the compass on it. It does seem to work. That's north. So I'm just gonna clip it to the box. It's not really a good carabiner, but at least it's something I can grab onto. I'm taking this kit from Amazon over to the big pond that we have next to our airsoft field. And I'm gonna hopefully do some fishing because it says it comes with fishing gear. So maybe I'll catch a fish, who knows? Whoa, there's the Viperville town. We're cutting through. Hope nobody shoots at me. I am not armed. No airsoft players shoot at me. Just kidding, there's no one out here. They will all be here tomorrow because when I'm done this, we're playing. All right, here's the pond. Hi, ducks. Hello, duckies.
I just got to the pond and there are some ducks swimming around in it. Looks like they're having a good time. See about 5 ducks. Quack, quack. So I heard that this pond is filled with fish. This should be fun. Let's see what we got. What the heck? Are you serious? What am I supposed to do? I've discovered that the extent of the survival kit is one little tiny fishing lure. There's no fishing line, just one lure. I can't fish. There's nothing I can do with this. So we're gonna head back to camp, check on the fire. By the way, this survival kit, I rate your fishing stuff 0 out of 10. If I could give it negative, I would. But hey, I've determined that I can hook the carabiner to my belt while it's on the box so I don't lose my survival kit. So I mean, that's good for something, right? Plus the compass works. So I'd say that the carabiner is a 6 out of 10. Not bad. Also, another item I figured would be useless was this water bottle holder. It's got a clip and you can just press it and it releases your water bottle. It hooks to your belt or whatever, but as you can see, I've got it hooked to a tree on my shelter. That way I know where my bottle of water is. And yes, I know the Amazon kit didn't come with a bottle of water, but I needed to be able to test out the water bottle holder and I was gonna get thirsty doing all this, so brought a bottle of water. I give the water bottle holder 7 out of 10. Being useful right now. I like it. Not really sure what it's doing in a survival kit, but it's cool. In the kit, they include a pen. It's a very heavy metal pen. Got a glass breaker tip, which is very sharp. I didn't really understand what is very survival about this, at least outdoors, but I'm gonna use it to write C7 was here, somewhere on this airsoft field. Ah, yes, respawn. Let's see if it will write.
It is. It's writing C7 was here. 2022.
Here we go. I tagged my own airsoft field. C7 was here, 2022. So the pen writes, which is good. It writes on these grody surfaces outside. Wonder if it'll write on the tree.
Hey, it wrote on the tree. I'm gonna draw a little arrow
Pointing up to my message for everyone to see. It works, it writes under a different survival circumstance. Maybe keep it in your car or something. It's cool, 8 out of 10. It's very well built. I found a bone. I think I'm gonna use the pen to write on it and hang it over the door. What should I call it? Fort C7? Viper House. Hey. All right, I gotta find that pen. Writing down Viper House. Now, since I'm out of string and rope and all that, I'm gonna go look for some vines to tie it with. I think I saw some back in the reeds. Found some vine, so I'm gonna tie this over the door. Ugh. I just always do that. Pretty sure the law of nature is that any direction you sit by the fire, the smoke is gonna blow right into your face. Almost 5 o'clock. I'm just trying to work on firewood. Someone's back here, and I don't know who they are.
Can I help you? Oh, okay. You're not hunting right now, are you? Okay. Yeah, you too. That gave me quite a fright.
False alarm. Everything's good. It was just our neighbor. So, back to it. Not much to do now. Just keep the fire going. Pretty soon I'm gonna start my dinner, which is a surprise, literally. It's been a long day. Ready for din din, ready for sleep. Okay, I think it's time we find out what the missus packed us for dinner. We're gonna use stuff in here to cook this. I don't know what it is. She picked a random can from our cabinet and took the label off as she was instructed. So this will be my dinner, whatever it is. First, we're gonna open it. Now it does have a pop top, but I think we can use the credit card tool.
There we go. What we got? Beans. We need to put it by the fire to heat it up. And I'm going to put the lid near it so that stuff doesn't get inside.
Cooking some beans, drinking some water. I haven't eaten in about 12 hours, and all I can eat is what she prepared me. We're cooking up beans. I mean, at least it's not like lima beans or something. Definitely could have been worse. So we've got beans with no toast. Wonder if it's heating up at all. Oh yeah. Yeah, it is. I never cook, so this is pretty cool. We're also gonna get to test out a new thing. We're testing out the spork, and we use the wallet credit card multi-tool. That was neat. And that just leaves the spork, the blanket, and the flashlight. Obviously, we can't use the blanket or flashlight yet. That's for after dark. We're gonna have to have our toastless beans, and then we will retire to the quarters for the evening. That's what happens when moisture is trapped inside of rocks and they get hot.
Oh, the can is looking like it's heating up. We gotta stir it. We're about to have smoked beans.
I think we're cooking now. Waiting for beans to cook.
Yeah, it had it on a rock, but that rock had moisture or something in it and it popped. So I put it directly on the fire. How am I gonna get it out? No idea. I'm definitely not gonna use my hands because that would be dumb. Yeah, the can's pretty hot. The survival kit doesn't have anything for hot cans. I wish it had gloves. It was between this and an MRE. I couldn't decide, but I wanted to use the spork. And an MRE comes with utensils. So that's why I went with can.
I think it's done.
It's too hot to lift. The pen helped. It's very hot. Yes, it is good. Baked beans.
I'm not complaining.
I'm just glad we got the fire going because I hate eating cold food. Not all cold food, just food that's supposed to be hot and it's not. Like, I don't like cold pizza, so a cold can of beans would have been a miserable evening.
All right, well, I'm gonna finish my dinner. And I'm going to turn off the cameras for now to conserve some battery. So, all of you, go have a meal. We'll check back later. All right, all done with dinner. Can is empty. The spork worked great. Didn't need the knife, didn't need the whistle, but it's cool to know they are there. So I give the spork an 8 out of 10. Now we just hang out by the fire until it gets dark. Really only have 2 more things to test. And I'm not sure if the case itself was part of the 13, but it says it's waterproof, and I'm pretty sure that's correct. We could throw it in the creek and find out.
We're going down to the creek to see if the case is waterproof. It says on the box, waterproof, explosion proof, and I don't have any explosions around, so. Well, don't float away. Let's see if we submerge it. Oop, water's getting in. I saw bubbles. Yeah. Not waterproof. So for the case, I'm gonna give that a 3 out of 10. All it does is hold your items. It's not waterproof. I'd say resistant, water resistant. It looks like it's supposed to be waterproof, but it's not. Now I gotta dry everything out. That's what I'll be doing until it gets dark.
I'm glad my wife picked something edible for me. I only hope she doesn't miss me too much and that she isn't bored without me.
CJ's probably eating some crappy meal out of a can. He's probably regretting his decision to go out in the woods overnight, twiddling his thumbs, staring at a fire, hopefully, because if he doesn't have a fire, he's gonna be cold. It's like 39 degrees out tonight.
But who knows? I know I'm doing all right, but pretty lonely back here. Maybe next time she will accompany me. Should I do this again? Should I go to a different airsoft field? Let me know down below, guys. This has been fun so far, and I wouldn't mind doing it another time. Before the sun goes down, let me give you a quick tour of everything I was able to accomplish today. First, we got the fire. You guys saw how hard that was. Then I got my sitting log and my fire poking stick. Over here, we've got the Amazon survival kit. But I've even got a night vision camera installed. That way I can sit here while it's dark and talk to you guys. Made my bed out of reeds, so I'm gonna be a little bit comfortable. Not gonna be sleeping on the cold ground. I've got a little bit of insulation. I think this is gonna be a pretty good night. I mean, I hope so. So I'll see you guys in a little while when it gets dark. I've got a little bit more firewood to get.
As it got dark, I was hoping I could do some carving with this knife, but now that it's broken, like the blade won't stay in place, it's not worth risking. So I'm just sitting here by the fire, fiddling with a broken knife. I'm deducting a point from the knife. I think after this whole day, I'm most proud of the fire and the house. I built a shelter. I made a fire. That's pretty respectable. Even though my Amazon stuff was pretty much junk. I think I've achieved a lot today. Now we just gotta see if I can stay in it all night or if I'll quit. Be honest, how many of you are expecting me to quit or hoping I will? You just want to see me get shot with those wrecked foam blasters, don't you? Well, it ain't happening. I'm staying in this shelter all night, whether you like it or not. Okay, the sun has gone down. It is currently 7 o'clock. Time to test the flashlight. All right, you can focus the beam wide, focused. I'm gonna use it to gather firewood. We got our pile over here, and I just need a little bit more stacked next to the fire so I can keep it going. A couple good handfuls will do. Gotta keep the fire going because it's going down to 40 degrees tonight, Fahrenheit. And remember, I don't have a sleeping bag. I just have the little emergency blanket it came with, which I don't know if it'll even work. So far, all of these survival items haven't survived this trip. You can already feel it getting cold. Flashlight's doing pretty well, pretty bright. Casts a good light. I'm going to rate the flashlight a 9 out of 10. It takes one AA battery, which it did not include. It's made of metal. I didn't know that you could focus the beam. I think that's really cool. All right. Well, it got dark very fast. I'm in the shelter, got the little flashlight hanging above me. I made a little hook so that I could hang it. Not sure if you can see my breath. It's gonna get down to 40. I let the fire go out, got my door in place, and I'm just gonna lay down and try to get some rest. It is currently just after 8 o'clock. That means 12 hours down, 12 more to go. Hopefully I can just sleep, get some rest after a long day, and wake up tomorrow and clean up the gear, and that'll be that. And if you guys have any questions about what this experience was like, go ahead, leave them below. I'll try to answer as many as I can. I will say, this has been very interesting, very fun experience, very hard work. I mean, I came out here with nothing. Well, next to nothing. Might as well have been nothing. Before I go to bed, I gotta test out the last item. It is the emergency blanket. This is about 6 foot by 4 foot. This is all I'm using to sleep with. Oh, very crinkly. It says it retains heat rather well, so I'm gonna just cover myself with it. I will say, this being my only blanket, it's not going to be a quiet evening. This is crinkly, it's loud, but it's supposed to retain heat, so fingers crossed. And that's the last item from the Amazon survival kit. I'll give you an overall rating on everything and the whole experience tomorrow morning. I'm gonna hit the hay or hit the reeds, and unless anything crazy happens during the night, I will see you tomorrow morning. Good night.
don't know what it is. Maybe a deer. It's loud. I think it's gone. I just heard a crazy noise. No clue what it was. I'm gonna get out and look around. Probably not gonna see anything. Got my light. I don't know what it was I heard. It's gone now though, and I don't see anything. Oh well, back to bed. I just woke up. It's about 1 in the morning and it's freezing. And this thing, it does nothing. So the plan is now to get up and try to start that fire again and then lay by that all night. I gotta do something because it's really cold. So I'm gonna go out there now. It's almost 2 now. I haven't really slept but about 2 hours. I gotta gather some sticks and we'll get this fire going and hopefully get some sleep. Okay, we're gonna have to try and get this fire lit. It's my fault. I let it go completely out. I didn't think I'd need it, but we definitely need it. And now my sitting log is gonna be my pillow. I'm gonna put my head right there and the fire's gonna hopefully be right here. And I'm just gonna lay right next to it and get some sleep. So it's time to gather some wood. But hey, the shelter looks pretty cool at night, I'd say. Not bad. There's just not a lot of light right now. It is so cold out, and that emergency blanket is doing nothing. So I had to get the fire lit again, and now I'm laying by the fire outside of the shelter at 3 in the morning. I need to get some sleep. That emergency blanket sucks. 1 out of 10. Okay, we have made it. It is the next morning. It's almost 8 o'clock. I'm packing up now. As for this blanket, 1 out of 10. This blanket sucked. I had to sleep by the fire in my coat. It was cold. This blanket did nothing. It ripped everywhere. This thing is trash. As for the whole kit, this is not made for surviving for real. I would say it's a cool gift, but 3 out of 10. Time to clean up and head out. Added a big old 7 on top, so everybody knows whose house this is. The Viper house. What a transition. We took that big pile of tree, this big thing that fell and died, and we turned it into this campsite, a homestead, if you will. And it will remain on the airsoft field as a building. I'm not gonna take it down because this is a respawn, so might as well have some kind of building here. It goes well with all those buildings that I wasn't allowed to use during this whole experience. I'm ready to be done. Well, my countdown's almost up. 7 minutes left, then I can walk out of here. I'm just doing my final walkthrough and checking that I didn't leave anything. Used up all the firewood. I think this was successful. 15 seconds. Time to head out. What a day. Oh, there goes a deer. 3 seconds. Happy New Year. What an interesting event that was. If I could sum it up in one word, it would be cold. It was very cold. I hate that blanket. It did not work. I do not recommend getting this kit. Don't buy this survival kit if you want to actually try and survive. If you want it for fun, the link will be down in the description. It was kind of cool. It's just not good for surviving, as you saw. But that's it for me. I gotta get out of here. I need a shower. Let me know down below what your favorite part was, and also
what airsoft field should I try to stay in for 24 hours next? This has been a long one. I'll see you guys on the next vid. Bye-bye. Night vision, CJ!